Woo, baby! How's it going? Alright, first of all, my shirt. I accept Bitcoin as my personal Lord and Savior. Praise Bitcoin! Alright. Okay, back to Earth. So, everyone makes mistakes, and newbies doubly so. Even though I'm up 50% in the last 3 months of crypto investing, if I just bought Bitcoin, it would have been closer to 100% up. So in other words, I would have doubled my money in the last 3 months. So that part is, it's like part of the learning curve, and it's a little steep. All right. As far as my goals, I want to have $1 million in 2 years in order to rebuild my house, which is over 100 years old, falling apart, and provide affordable housing, which is extremely hard to find in the San Francisco Bay Area. Personally, I think it's a worthwhile endeavor and the perfect application of cryptocurrency and also crowdfunding through ICOs. If anyone has any ideas about that or any criticisms, I think that you should take it up with me, because I think it's a great idea. So to have $1 million in 2 years, my investment will have to double every 3 to 4 months. And this is very important, to pay attention to doubling periods instead of focusing just on the price and the day-to-day increases. It's like every new crypto you can look at is like a seed. It's like some will never germinate, some will just remain a little seed, and some are scams. So it's like those seeds are just gonna wither away and blow off in the wind. Some may show early growth and they'll just slink down into stagnation and never come back up. Some, they get off to a slow start and they just keep on picking up momentum. So I believe EOS is one of the latter. I believe it's a grower. It's a grower. It's a little bit of a shower, but it's mostly a grower. So some have said that EOS is overvalued, and there's some merit to that argument. There's no product available right now. Instead, you can think of EOS as a giant shopping mall under construction. The old mall was fine, but it can't expand to meet the growing community. It doesn't have the variety of shops and the experience and the ambiance and the ease of it. It's pretty easy to use. It's a nice mall. It's a very nice mall, and it's grown a lot, but it's having trouble growing even more. Like you're gonna have to take over some subdivisions and kick people out of their homes in order to grow this mall a little bit more. So the new mall has thousands of shops being built out by many more thousands of individual workers. So many projects. And when that mall has its grand opening, it doesn't have to blow the doors off the old mall. It's like, so right now, EOS is 1.7% of the market share of Ethereum. It's like, so conservatively, if EOS takes only 10% of the market share from Ethereum, that's creating an almost 6-fold increase. That's when it goes live, which is about middle of next year. So conservatively, if EOS takes 10% of the view, it's a 6-fold increase. So the reality is the market of cryptos is growing at such a rate that it doesn't even need to take anything away from Ethereum. Ethereum can just keep on going and doing its own thing, and EOS will just come along and say like, wow, here's this whole new experience. It's like, of course, I was hating my position in EOS when it dropped to 60 cents, and it'd be like, hey, you just turned my money into half of my money. That's not a very good investment. But now I'm wishing it would go there again so I could load the boat. It's like it came roaring back because people saw the value of it. So with all the flashy new cryptos and trading instruments coming on the scene, The impulse is to day trade. It's like, it's practically irresistible. It's like crack. It's like, whoa, day trading cryptos is insane. It's crazy. It's an emotional roller coaster, and it's very hard to say no to that drug. So for the most part, I just gotta say that day trading is a sucker's game. It's like, why are you in this game in the first place? So ask yourself that. What do you want? How does it make you feel when you make a trade? It's like, are you catching a buzz when you win? Are you getting high? Are you getting mentally erect from your winning trades? It's like, I've got to say I'm a little guilty of that myself. It's like, but that feeling is your enemy. Your emotions are steering you down the wrong path. The market will always be smarter, faster, and infinitely more cruel than one individual can fathom. So, think about it. Bitcoin has been doubling every 3 months. Maybe that can keep it up, or maybe it will, shrink away. But if you invest 1,000 now, and the trend continues, in 2 years, you will have $256,000. You will have $250,000 in 2 years if you invest $1,000 now in Bitcoin and the trend continues. So always pay attention to the doubling effect. And it's a little tip here. Okay, so divide the percentage gain for a span of time into 70, and that will give you the amount of time it takes for something to double. So an example is, so if you get 2% gain a day on a cryptocurrency or whatever, you will double the value of that asset in 35 days, and so on and so forth. And you can do it the other way around. So have fun with that little trick. I know I have.